Oh, I went past this morning. Can't go in there because this is part of the Bovington Ranges, and see that flag that's drooping from that pole over there? Means the flag's up, so you're not allowed in. They may be live firing, but I really wanted to show you this. You can see, hopefully, GoPro will pick up these lovely grasses waving in the breeze. And you've got swallows to and fro-in, and you've got various grass feeding butterflies in there. And this is slightly pink. It was a bit more pink a couple of days ago, and in a few days more it'll be more sort of pale buff colour. And the colours are basically from the seed heads of the grasses as they develop when they're in flower. You've got the stamens hanging out, and they're a certain colour, and they change as they discharge all their pollen, and as the whole thing starts to develop seeds, it changes colour. And you can hopefully see that there's sort of bands of more pink, and the bit in the distance that the breeze is moving about most beautifully has been in the sun more, and it's further advanced and it's more of a buff colour. But this is basically due to there's a lot of a certain species of grass in here. It's a thing called Yorkshire fog, Holcus linatus. Can't see any here. Not sure what this grass species is, but it's green. And it'll stay green until it goes brown. It won't be pink at all. The Holcus linatus, Yorkshire fog, goes very, very pink. And there's a lot of it here. So you can tell from looking at a field, in certain circumstances, what species are in it. And the species are determined by the soil and the soil conditions, the amount of nutrient, the amount of water. This is fairly acid ground. It's formerly heathland, and it's part of the training area, so it hasn't had the agricultural intensification that other fields around here have. Hasn't had the fertiliser applied to it, certainly not to the same extent. But you've got a lot of different species here, and the Yorkshire fog shows up beautiful and pink. And I won't know until I get home as to how the GoPro, because I'm shooting this as usual with a cheapo second-hand GoPro off of eBay. I won't know till I get home how the GoPro colour balance has affected what we see here. But I can see lots and lots of butterflies. And they're going to be grass feeding species such as gatekeeper, such as ringlet. It's a long time since I had a good look at butterflies. But they're in here. There's a lot of biodiversity in here, including the biodiversity that all these hawking birds are feeding on. And I can see from here bees. See, there goes a swallow. Did you see him? That's feeding on insects and flying insects, and they're all dependent on this. And it may well be that this is cut as hay or haylage, but it hasn't happened yet. And you can see along the edge of the field where the cutting hasn't happened right up to the edge, we've got species from the hedges actually starting to come in. So your community, your species, are modified by the use to which you put the land. And we'll talk on another video a bit about how management of land, management of grassland for instance, changes the species which are found there. Not just the grasses, but the things that feed on the grasses. Now changing that management can actually change what you find. It could change it for the better, it can change it to increase biodiversity, and it can change it for the worse, to reduce biodiversity, which may also at the same time increase its productivity, its agricultural productivity. So this is only going to be a quick video. I'll leave you with that thought, and then look at this edge here, and you can see where the cicadea have been in, and they put a browse line on this sallow on the edge of here, and they've also been in here and they've been eating these broadleaf species along this edge here. This is not cattle. Cattle haven't been in here. Hope that was interesting.